Hours later, I made some updates. I think I finished my study. Basically, I made a commit here in my Github repository, added the opcatch.py file, then I created the opcatch function in Python. I didn't update this README here. I added a picture of my cat. I have a cat. My mom runs a cat protection NGO. There are 30 cats in my house that she assists. And I also left here the quantum cat that I chose, the image that I chose to represent myself in the collection. So I did some research on the internet, used some artificial intelligences to help me understand opcatch. And it started to make total sense, both Taproot Wizards and opcatch the cat. So I think it was crucial for me to understand the history of this collection. This study was fundamental. And I think it's to congratulate the team of this project for sparking this interest in people. So here we go. I've created this Obsidian file, a.md file, to jot down my line of thinking. Here's the picture of the cat I chose. This one's named Slink, so I named him here. And down here is a picture of my own cat. She's the chubby one. She's a bit unwell. She has a kidney infection, but hopefully I won't need to pay tribute to her on the Bitcoin network. But if it comes to that, I will, but I hope she pulls through. So let's get started. What is opcatch? It's the name of the collection, but also a feature that was added to Bitcoin, which was devised in 2019 in one of the earlier versions of the Bitcoin script, and it was also used to generate the first ordinal transaction on the Bitcoin network. So back in 2013, Eric Voorhees paid tribute to his cat through the network. Then he uploaded the cat's picture and wrote a message in tribute to the world's best cat, to the meetings devoted to the world's best cat. So that's the importance of opcatch both on the network and for us as network users interested in ordinal images and tokens as well as for Bitcoin itself. And how does this function work? Basically, the function is used to concatenate binary data. So it can be both a string and bytes. So now, here's an example of how to use this function. You're going to create a variable, a string, by writing hello, and another one by calling word. And when you apply the function to these two strings, it concatenates those strings and assembles the hello world message. So that's basically what this function does. It concatenates these bytes. And what happened to opcatch? Think back to 2009 when it was implemented, and in 2013 when they started using it for this purpose. It was disabled because of a memory problem that existed at that time. Computers were much weaker then, so it ended up requiring a lot of memory. Requiring a lot of memory to compile this information, and it was going downhill for the miners, and then it was deactivated in 2009, and that's where it starts to blow the mind, because we're talking about saving opcat, or if it's alive or if it's dead. And here I'm going to talk about the savior of opcat, and it's serious. This here blows the mind. So in November of 21, there was an update on the Bitcoin network. In the Bitcoin script, they updated with what they called, there was the Taproot update. That's not a coincidence, I'm sure. So there was the Taproot update where the opcat was reactivated. So basically they're really alive. This function was reactivated and it can be utilized. So this Taproot update made possible a new way to encode these Bitcoin transactions, so it has a more efficient method and ends up saving miners' memory. So we conclude that the Taproot was the savior of opcat. So they are alive, and here to close the line of reasoning. So what is the importance of opcat? So today, this entire ecosystem that is being built, that is being constructed for ordinals, for tokens, creating tokens within the Bitcoin network, Now it's not just Bitcoin anymore. Basically, it was Opcat that made this possible. So there was this first ordinal way back. It started with Opcat. It was a tribute. Then a text and an image were stored. And that's what we see revolutionizing today's market, the ordinals market, basically. So Opcat is the reason for all of this happening. And what saved Opcat was precisely Taproot. So I think that's what enhances this collection of Taproot wizards so much. And here I'm going to show you quickly the code I made to exemplify what concatenating these informations means. I'll explain quickly here. I created the opcat function and passed two variables to it, stack1 and stack2 inside my function. I created stack3, which will receive stack1 plus stack2. Since I'm talking about strings, it's not going to add up. It would add up if it was integers, but since I'm talking about strings, it's going to concatenate the information and it's going to return me the concatenated data. Here, down here, I passed the value to stack1, so I called it taproot, and stack2, I put saved opcat, which means save the opcat, and here I'm assigning my message variable, and I'm calling the opcat function, passing these two strings that I created, and here I'm telling him to print the message. So basically that's what the opcat function did there in the Bitcoin network, concatenate byte type data. So I'm going to run this guy here, and he's going to print me taproot saved opcat. So he took this data stack 1 with data stack 2 and set up a new stack that took this value here from taproot saved opcat. So I think that was very important for my knowledge and to share also with the BR community what this project is and what is also the foundation that they created. Both taproot wizards and opcat make total sense now. Okay. If you liked it, help me out then. Answer like indicate to someone for me to try to get this whitelist closed, okay? Thank you. Any questions, any mistakes I made here can feel free to comment and help me too. And thank you very much, guys. We're together.